welcome to IPML, the after party of the greatest show in the world right now. I'm talking about Indian Pro Music League. It's me, Tommy Sandhu, with you and some mega fans of the show to celebrate the weekend's action that we just saw on Zee TV. What a weekend. Saturday night was the Gujarat Rockers versus the Mumbai Warriors. That, of course, is Javed Ali, Hemant and Bhumi making up the Gujarat, and Mumbai Warriors is Kailash Kher, Purva and Shilpa Rao. And they went head-to-head on Saturday night. I know you watched it. We're going to be talking about that in just a moment. We've just seen the show today, Sunday, of UP Dabang, made up of Ankit Tiwari, Salman Ali, and Payal Dev versus the Bengal Tigers, which is with Shan, Akriti, and Ritu Raj as well. Wicked entertainment all over the weekend. Loads of great songs, but I'm not going to talk to myself about it. I'm going to talk to Usher. I should introduce them in the style and fashion of the show. Whenever they introduce anyone, everything seems to be a rhyme. So we can do that. We can do that right here in sunny England. Okay, so she's a fashion blogger, but there's no need to thank her. It's Archana Dhankar. Yay! And this guy's really junga. He ain't no lafunga. He's Navin Kundra. Navin! Welcome. Right now, I've got loads of questions. We've got loads to get through from all the action over the weekend. We're going to start with Saturday. But before I ask my first question, I'm going to flip a coin, IPML style, right? And you're going to do heads or tails. Firstly, Navin, heads or tails?
Heads.
Heads. Archana, you obviously tails. Let me flick it. Heads it is. Navin, first question for you. Bhumi Trivedi kicked off Saturday night in style, Nagada Sangtol, done in a beautiful way. And then she did that Jand. I didn't even know what a Jand was till this weekend. Navin, tell me what you thought of that performance and what is a Jand?
Well, Nagada Sangtol is one of my favorite songs. The way she performed it, she owned that song, like her energy level. And it's not easy. Like you listen to it, everyone's in the beat, everyone dances to it, like they know the routine, they know that. But to sing that song, like it takes like mastery, vocal mastery. And then at the end, the Jund, like this might sound really bad, but I don't actually know officially what a Jund is. It was like Eminem on some on some steroids, going for it, firing off. It was like a rap at super fast pace. I was just blown away. I was like, okay, it's not even worth anyone else coming on stage now because like she just shut it all down. You know, she totally smashed it.
Boom for Bhumi then.
Boom for Bhumi, yeah.
But also, Archana, the rivalry. It felt like it was more feistier on Saturday night. Did you notice that?
Yeah, definitely. I think the teeth are coming out. You know, their cotton gloves are, you know, they have just started like sharing insights and saying, okay, you know what, I'm going to tell what went wrong with that performance. So that's happening. But, you know, the show was amazing. As Bhumi's performance, the opening act was great. But we had following acts, which were equally good as well. So
do you like the rivalry? Do you enjoy it when it gets a bit more like, oh, I don't think you chose the right song there, or that little note you didn't quite hit, or your energy levels weren't quite right? Does that make it? Do we like that, or do we want them just to be all Bollywood and nicey to each other? What do you want?
Real people, right? Like we want to protect our region, we want to protect our teams, and that's what human nature is. So it's as real as it can get.
Yeah, this is it.
I think it's interesting. Like singers are generally like really humble and really nice to each other, really respectful. So it's almost not in their nature.
He says as a singer himself, right?
But there is that. But there is that little thing that's like, you know, I'm gonna sing the next one better than you. Like I got an extra 3 notes in me, or I can hold it an extra 20 seconds longer. And it's nice to see that rivalry come out. But yeah, you know, like you're saying, Bhumi and Shilpa, like I was like, whoa, all right then.
Right. So okay, Bhumi and Shilpa get lots of love from us, but come on. Saturday night was owned by Javed Ali and Kailash Kher. And actually, this is like the Ronaldo and the Messi of the two teams. And when they went in their head-to-head, in their Jugalbandi, when they did the final big number at the end and performed that together, I was elevated. People even said, I forget which one said, someone commented and said, that song felt like it opened up the path to heaven. Now,
yeah.
What did you make of it? What are you hearing as a musician, as a singer, when you see them two do their thing?
So for me, like Javed Ali is one of the most underrated singers like in the industry, and his learning of Indian classical music is now really bringing him to the forefront of the race in this competition, because he owns it. Like, you know, you can't mess with that. And Kailash Kher, his tone, he's got that raw, that raspiness, that kind of folk sound in his voice. To see them battle, it was just such a treat. You know, yeah. Honestly, I felt exactly like they said, you know, it's like being transported to a different world. And we don't get to see that much on TV, especially on singing competitions, when you're not just bringing contestants and new talent together, you're actually bringing like real stalwart figures of the industry together to create something that we never heard before. It was magical, mesmerizing, and super inspiring.
Love it, Navin. Archana, did it do the same for you? Hearing Arzian by those two at the end, what was it like?
Amazing. I was mesmerized equally. Like my son loved it as well. But I think it was dignified as well. You know, when it was a face, they still gave each other the space, which is so much important when you're doing a face-off. It's not just about biting into somebody else's space. They knew that they are equally good in their own standing. So they gave each other that space. And that's what made this so much better in a face-off.
So from your opinion, okay, let's sum up Saturday night. Gujarat versus Mumbai. Who won the episode? Who won that match?
Okay, I'll go first. Okay, so I think in my opinion, it was Gujarat Rockers this time, because Javed Ali performance, you know, the opening act and, you know, the performances that they brought together, even the duet that they did was so much better, having them both sing together versus having two performances being done together and then coming back. I love Shilpa Rao, you know, I've known her personally, so coming back to sing here now is even more difficult. But yes, Gujarat Rockers definitely won that Saturday.
Navin, did they nick it for you as well? Gujarat Rockers?
I have to agree with Archana. I mean, when they came out and they sang Gujarati, like that was awesome. I mean, the standout performance, there was many, but Teri Divani by Kailash Kher and Purva, when they did that with the dancer, like that blew my mind completely. I loved that whole thing. But overall, I think Gujarat Rockers, they took it. Definitely.
Yeah, but listen, if I'm honest, I'm being polite. And again, I love Kailash Kher, but Javed Ali can do no wrong. I mean, I could have him sing the phone book. I could have him sing my Chinese takeaway menu, and anything he says would sound good. So thank you, TV. Thank you, Zee. Thank you for Javed Ali. I think we have to be grateful. Okay, let's move on to Sunday's action that we've just seen now. And again, I've got to say, I think this episode in general felt nicer. But before we get into it with you guys, because it was less rivalry, I have to bring on one of the loveliest people in the world. She is mega talented, and she's here to join us. It's the talented Akriti Kakkar.
Woo!
Woo! You, Akriti Kakkar, my good friend, you're now part of the biggest, the shiniest show on TV, IPML, Indian Pro Music League. It's strange for me to see you there because I really do see a friend on the screen. So it's like,
I know, it makes me so happy.
You're now a part of almost like a megastar concert. So you're getting all these performances from other people. So are you there as a fellow singer, or are you there as like a fangirl of, oh my God, it's him, it's Kailash, or it's so-and-so, and you know, all these people?
You know, fortunately, I've had the opportunities in all these years to know them, almost everybody on set. There are just, I think, about 2 or 3 people who I don't know so well, but I've gotten to know them by now. But Kailash ji, I've known for so long. I've performed with him, and I've also sung in his music direction for a film I don't remember the name of. But yeah, he composed something that I sang, and I've worked with his entire band. Then coming to Javed Bhai, Javed Ali, such a phenomenal singer. Matlab, it's amazing to be on one show where there is talent spread over all sorts of genres, all sorts of age groups, and you know, they've brought us all on the same pedestal. Matlab, honestly speaking, it makes me very overwhelmed when I'm there, and the fact that I'm with Shan as a co-captain itself is such a big thing for me. I have done opening acts for people like Mika Paji, and though I'm judging Saregama on Zee Bangla, with Mika Paji. So, you know, it's like, I don't know if I can say life's come a whole circle, or I don't know if I deserve to be here or not, but it's just good karma that has, you know, placed me in a setup where there are such senior people who I've grown up listening to, and I'm there on the same platform as them. So if anything, it makes me work harder.
Yeah, I think the fact that you feel that is just testament to you. I know what you're like. You're a grafter. You work. All your vocals you work at. This weekend you've just sung Mere Samne Wali Khidki, which is ironic.
Yes,
you're in my little khidki right now. So you're. But thank you for this. The windows.
you know, so the idea came from we all have been in lockdown for so long, and we just thought that, you know, I personally know of romance stories that have begun during lockdown, and literally in the Samne Wali Khidki, because you can't get out of the house, you know, and over Zoom, matlab, I'm not sure how much of a romance can happen. So old school, really cute, opening your window a little bit and looking at this chick or this hot guy in front of you, and you know, so it's really, really cute. And adjacent apartments, people have fallen in love, and it's so beautiful. So I thought, if we had, so we've been given categories. We wanted to do a classic because Shan and me both love retro, but to make old wine in a new bottle, so, you know, youngsters also really like that rendition, and not keep it like absolutely like how original was. Of course, the original was super great, but we made a very R&B-ish version of that, and we wrote our own rap lines also in it to talk about lockdown romance. So my lines were, कॉफी पीते पीते तुझे देखा मैंने पहली बार, तब से बना है मेरी आंखों का तू स्टार, पहना था तूने मास्क फिर भी आया तुझ पे दिल, एवरी डे प्लीज मुझसे खिड़की पे आके मिल.
Hey, come on, girl. What? Sorry, is that Divine? Who's that? Is that Nazy? Is that Badsha? Oh no, it's still
okay.
Okay, so easy mistake. But and Sean is a great person, like you said, because you both share that love of classical style and retro style. Is he as perfect as he comes across? Because he's always like, you know, everything's Sean, he's cool and he's so smiley and he's happy and he's lovely and his hair's perfect, and but he's like, for me, he's like the Ken doll, you know, like Barbie and Ken. He's like the Ken. I think if you opened up his top, he hasn't got a belly button. Can you confirm, Akriti, does Sean have a belly button?
I haven't seen his belly button, and I have no intentions to do that, Tommy.
Okay,
but I can assure you one thing: he is the nicest person I've ever known. Because, you know, for people, and I'm speaking as artists and as human beings, for most of us, when we see somebody who's just starting out, you know, you try to offer them encouragement. Some people don't choose to do that too. Yeah. He was somebody who's always been my biggest cheerleader. Every time I've seen him, every time I've met him, and he always has told me, I wish you get the biggest songs because you deserve it, you deserve it. Who has the time and the energy to say things like that, you know?
So with a great team, are you suddenly now, we can win this? This is ours for the taking.
There's no suddenly about this, Tommy. We knew it. We knew it since we got in it.
Are you that confident? Do you feel like it's in the bag, or who's your one to watch?
I think there's somebody or the other in every team to watch out for. And I'm not being diplomatic here. Kailash ji, ek baar, you know, the first super match, he sang in the spotlight, and maine kaha, my God, Shan is doing one act and I have to do that 90 seconds under the spotlight sort of a thing. I sang a classic. I sang Lag Ja Gale, which is really truly like my business card, you know. People don't let me go from anywhere, from any concert or even an Instagram live if I don't sing Lag Ja Gale. So I sang that, and I mixed it with a little touch of Bengali folk song in the end. But whatever we sing, if Kailash ji comes and sings Allah Ke Bande, you're bound to get nervous, right? Yeah. I mean, he's Padma Shri Kailash Kher. So I think, and that's the whole fun thing about this show, where we are pitted against the biggest and the youngest and the freshest talent. So I think that's the more exciting part about it. And mujhe to, I have a problem of working a bit too hard. So yeah, I think it's really fueling me in the right way.
Well, we are absolutely loving it, Akriti. We're loving you. We're loving all the teams. We're loving the weekend of entertainment and songs that we finally get. It's like a live concert via IPML on Zee TV every Saturday and Sunday in our home. So thank you for that. Please pass on our love to your team, to your captains, to your ambassadors, to everyone there. Smash it. Keep enjoying it. All right. We'll catch you soon.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Oh, she's so nice. She's just so nice and lovely, and she looks so lovely as well, and she's radiant, but she's confident. She's secretly confident. That's the thing. They're smiling and they're lovely. But Archana, can Bengal win?
I think they did. I mean, they almost threw it out of the park today, like in the nicest form. It was the best performance of the weekend, I would say. You know, you had mashups. They just went from UP, Bengal. They just collected votes from every single state, and they actually did something innovative in their performances. You know, Akriti's performance with Shan, the lockdown version that she added into the music with Kishore Kumar. I mean, they actually did innovative stuff, which is what this show is about. You have to come out and use your strength and add that into the music. So it was, each performance that I saw from the team was amazing. And she's right, they have a strong chance.
Look, I'm all about, I know they didn't perform this week, but I'm all about the Punjab Lions. Like, okay. No one is messing with us, man.
Keep the lion in the cage. Keep the lion in the cage, okay? Then there's no lion coming out today. Navin, tell me about Mr. Salman Ali. God, that little guy with the powerhouse of a voice. He deserves to be about 6'9" and weigh about 25 stone. That's what that voice needs as a physical body to pull up. But he's so dinky, and yet he can pull that off.
That's what I've been thinking. Like, when you think about it, him and Kailash Kher, like they have the biggest voices, and yet they're just so cute and small. And I mean, yeah, like Salman Ali is dangerous. Like, yeah. I've seen him rehearse. We've spoken, I've sung next to him, and he is a powerhouse. He has no ceiling to his kind of vocal range. And I mean, the way he sang that song, like tonight, but his solo performance tonight was just magical. Like, it was, you know, I actually think that felt more like transcending to heaven. And then when he performed Mere Rashke Kamar with Rituraj, that was just off the hook, man. That was insane, because you know that they're both going there. You know that song, you've got all the scope to play up and down the scales with the rhythm and everything, and they just brought all of it. So I loved it, man. And as a singer, it's super inspiring to see, you know, those artists take songs, make them their own, and, you know, they're trying to outdo each other, but there's still so much mutual respect at the same time. It was amazing. Loved it.
Listen, thank you so much, Archana and Navin. And if anybody missed any of the action, you can watch the replays that go out on Mondays and Tuesdays. Now, it's on at midday for all you daytime people, and all you late night people, it's on at 11 p.m. So midday or 11 p.m, catch the shows again, get that music back in your life, and get Indian Pro Music League back in your life. We'll be here next Sunday, wrapping up all the action as well. Guys, thank you so much, Archana. Thank you so much, Navin. We'll catch you next time.
Take care. Bye.